Hi everyone, welcome to my video. SCRT Telangana, Class 9 English, Unit 1, Reading C, The Little Bobby. This lesson is about a boy named Bobby who was mischievous even at school and home and used to make lot of troubles or difficulties for others. He always got into trouble. That's what we see. So his mother asked him to write a letter, and he writes letter to God in order to get a bike. So let's see the lesson in a detailed way. Little Bobby came into the kitchen where his mother was making dinner. His birthday was coming up, and he thought this was a good time to tell his mother what he wanted. Mom, I want a bike for my birthday. Little Bobby was a bit of a troublemaker. He had gotten into trouble at school and at home. Bobby's mother asked him if he thought he deserved to get a bike for his birthday. Now, Bobby, what is his desire? His desire is to get a bike. But what kind of boy was he? He was a troublemaker. And he had gotten into trouble at school and at home. So, he spared none. His parents, his teachers, friends, all were in trouble just because of him. He wanted a bike. You can imagine at this very young age, why does he need a bike? So just to, again make some troubles, difficulties for others. He might be seeing people moving about here and there, roaming on bike. So that could be the reason. So his birthday was coming up, and so he thought that could be the right time to ask his mother for a bike. So at the time, when birthdays and all celebrated, people, especially parents, they try to give good gifts to their children in order to make them happy. So he thought whatever he asked for, his mother would give him. So went and asked his mother, who was in the kitchen. She was preparing dinner there. There he went and asked, Mom, I want a bike for my birthday. Now, Bobby's mother knew about her son very well. So that's the reason she asked him a question whether he really needed a bike or not. And of course, you can understand what would be the answer. When it is not really needed, also, when we see things, we fancy on that and we force our parents to buy. And here you could see Bobby says that really he deserves it. Little Bobby, of course, thought he did. Bobby's mother wanted Bobby to reflect on his behavior over the last year and said, Go to your room, Bobby, and think about how you have behaved this year. Then write a letter to God and tell him why you deserve a bike for your birthday. Now, what happened was that Bobby, he thought, yeah, he really needs a bike. Okay, so he told his mother, Of course, I need a bike. Whereas his mother said, See, I want you to reflect on your behavior for the past year. So go to your room, write a letter to God, and ask God to give you a bike. Tell God why you deserve a bike. You have to tell the reasons. Write a letter to God, tell Him why you deserve a bike on your birthday. Now, little Bobby, of course, he was angry. He thought that he would get it directly from his mother. So, what did he do? He stumped up the steps to his room. He was angry. Jesse, his pet dog, followed him. Now, there was a dog which was his pet, and so that also followed Bobby to the room. Bobby thought for some time and sat down to write a letter to God. Bobby knew that he was a troublemaker. So there he thought whether to write or not. Then he understood, okay, it is better to write. So he sat down to write a letter to God. Jesse sat beside him and started watching what Bobby was doing. So the dog sat beside him and started watching what Bobby was doing. So Bobby began to write a letter to God, telling God about his behavior as well as what he needs. Let's see the first letter. Letter 1. Dear God, I have been a very good boy this year. You can see. It's a big lie. He's telling lie. Why? We know that he is a troublemaker. I have been a very good boy this year and I would like a bike for my birthday. And I would like a bike for my birthday. I want a red one. So you see, he doesn't speak much about him. And what he has spoken about himself is not true. It's absolutely wrong. He said, I have been a very good boy, which is absolutely no. It's absolutely wrong. So, now what happens after writing the letter? Bobby knew that this wasn't true. Bobby knew that what he wrote was not correct. And so, what did the Bobby do? He had not been very good boy this year, so he tore up the letter and started again to write another letter. As he knew that he was not a good boy, he tore the letter because he mentioned already, I have been a good boy. So he tore that and began to write the next letter. So let's see what is there in letter 2. Dear God, this is your friend Bobby. So here he introduces himself. This is your friend Bobby. I have been a good boy this year. I have been a good boy this year. So I have been a good boy this year and I would like a red bike for my birthday. So you see, I have been a good boy this year. Was he? He knew that he was not. But still he has mentioned, I have been a good boy. So I have been a good boy this year and I would like a red bike for my birthday. Thank you. So he says, please give me a red bike. Your friend Bobby. So he says, your friend Bobby. Bobby knew that this wasn't true either. So even that was not true. Bobby knew about it. So he tore up the letter and started again. So what did he do? He tore that letter. And he started writing again the third letter. Letter 3. Dear God, I have been an okay boy this year. I still would really like a bike for my birthday. So you can see from the first and second letter there is a slight change in his thinking, understanding towards him. What is that? I have been an okay boy, not I have been a good boy. I have been an okay boy. Still, you consider me and give me a bike for my birthday, Bobby. So, after writing the third letter, he understood even that was not true. So, now let's see what he has written in the fourth letter. So Bobby knew he could not send this letter to God either. So Bobby wrote the fourth letter. So you just think first letter, second letter, third letter. So from the first letter, there is a slight difference in second letter because he introduces himself and he requests. And in third letter, he admits that he has not been a good boy but an okay boy. Now, what about the fourth letter? In fourth letter, he has mentioned, I know I haven't been a good boy this year. I'm very sorry. You see the change that took place in Bobby. From the first letter to the fourth letter, when we see, you can see a tremendous change have taken place in Bobby. Tremendous changes have taken place in Bobby. So he admits that he hadn't been a good boy that year, the previous year. And so he is very much sorry about it. He feels very bad about it. So he says, I'm very sorry. I'll be a good boy if you just send me a bike for my birthday. Please, thank you. So there he puts a kind of condition. You can understand? He comes out with a condition. I will be a good boy if you just send me a bike. So if you give me a bike, I will be a good boy. I hadn't been a good boy, so, if you send me a bike, so from now onwards I will be a good boy. So that's how he makes a kind of condition in front of God. He puts forward a condition. So, I'll be a good boy if you just send me a bike for my birthday. Please, thank you, Bobby. So, this is the fourth letter written by Bobby. So, if you see from the first letter to the last, fourth letter, you will see some changes are there in Bobby. And from mentioning us a good boy, now he writes that he was a bad boy. He hadn't been good. So that is the end of the fourth letter. So here I wind up this session, part 1 video of first unit, reading A, reading C, the little Bobby. Thank you. The rest of the lesson we will see in the next part, part 2. Thank you.